Okay, so in this video, what we're going to look at is given a graph, how to use the jar program. It's like an executable file that have given you to compute the centrality matrix. So the first step is to type the adjacency list capturing the edge information in this graph and save it as a text file. So this is like an adjacency list that has all the edge information. So the convention I'm following to come up with the adjacency list is this. Start with the lowest node ID. So in this case it is 0, and write down all its neighbors, which is 0, 1, 0, 2. So you have the node ID separated by a blank space, or you can include a tab. Blank space should be just okay. Maybe two blank spaces, any number of blank spaces is fine. And then the other node ID, which is 1. Then, so always follow the convention that the first node ID is smaller than this one to the next to it. So 0, 1, 0, 2. Then for node 1, already have captured this edge to 0, so you don't have to repeat it. So you just do 1, 2, 1, 5. So then for node 2, you have captured already 2, 0 to 1 edge. So just write 2, 3, 2, 4. So by now you should have realized that you are having the lower node ID on the left and the higher node ID on, and its neighbor on the right. And always the neighbor on the right is going to have a higher ID. So it's like 1 and then 0. So, or things like this, the lower node ID is on the left and the higher node ID is on the right. So that's more easy to follow through. So 0, 1, 0, 2, then 1, 2, 1, 5, then 2, 3, 2, 4. Then for 3, already captured the edge with 2, so it's going to be 3, 4, 3, 5. Then for 4, it's going to be 4, 5, 4, 6, 4, 7. Then for 5, it's going to be 5, 6, 5, 7. For 6, it is 6, 7. So this would capture all the edges in this graph. Okay. So type it as a text file and save it wherever you want. So this is what I've done. Now one thing you have to make sure is, make sure the cursor is in the last line. So you should not make the cursor to go to the next line, which is a blank line. So if you do that and save to a text file, then the program will give an error. So make sure the last line that you have is having the text where the cursor is. So cursor should not be on a blank line after the last edge information. So it should be always, let me make sure it's visible. So it's always it's taking more time to just increase the font size. I'm trying to increase the font size to show the cursor. Let me just say, okay. Right, so this is what I want to show. So make sure the cursor is in the last line like this, and it should not be going to an empty line, the next line. So it should be always here. Okay, so this is my text file. Now, so you should download the jar files. So I gave you the centrality matrix jar file. You can unzip it, and this is the folder, centrality matrix, and it has all the executable, the jar files, the class file, everything. So you don't have to change anything. All you have to do is double click on the centrality matrix executable jar file. Okay, now in order to run this executable jar file, you just need to have Java installed on your computer. So I'll show you the website link from which you can download and install Java. You don't have to do anything with the installation, just download and go through the installation process. And you don't have to set any path or anything, so everything will be automatically taken care of as you do the installation. Okay, so assuming that you have Java installed on your computer, now just try to load a text file. So let me make sure I see where I have saved it. Okay, I have saved it here. So try to run the executable jar file and load the text file. So when you double click itself, it will go through the Explorer window, allowing you or letting you to open the text file or upload the text file. Okay. All right, so it is here. So once you upload the text file, it will run and show the results of the program. So here I am computing the values for all these central nodes with respect to the different centrality metrics. So these are the 5 centrality metrics. So you have the degree, eigenvector centrality, betweenness centrality, the closeness centrality, and LCC prime DC. It's not kind of aligned, but the last column is for LCC prime DC for all the 8 vertices. Now you can save the result of this to a file. So you can save it to a text file with the name and wherever you want. Okay, so you can say results.txt, and that will save the results to text file. Now as this is opened, you can also open and analyze another text file if you want to. Okay, so let me see if I can pull up any other graph. I may not have one. Okay, there is probably one node here. Okay, so I have a graph of 20 nodes. I don't know, I don't have the figure for the graph right now, but this is a graph of 20 nodes. And one thing with the output is it may print the node IDs in little out of order due to some, because I have developed all this application. Due to some internal code constraint, sometimes the node IDs as part of the output would be printed a little out of order. So make sure you notice that and have the corresponding node IDs considered for centrality metrics. So this means this is 1, 2, and this is not node 3, this is node 4, this is not node 4, this is 10, then 3, 5, 9, 6, 7, and so on. Okay. Now one thing you could do is you could press Control A, and then that will choose all the text, and then press Control C, and then go to Excel, and then paste Control V, all these values, and then you can sort, of course, move this LCC prime DC to the previous cell, and then you can sort all the text based on the node IDs. So I can do something like this, based on the node IDs, and that would have everything from 1 to 20. Okay. Alright, so of course you have to highlight all the cells and then do the sorting, data sort and the node, we sort by node. Okay. Now one thing you have to, as I said, remember is you need to have Java installed on your computer, and you can download and install Java from this website, which is this one. So most of you probably have Windows, so you can download the Windows 64 version, 64-bit version, or if you have an x86, you can download that. If you have Solaris, Mac, Linux, there are several versions, so you can play with it. So all you need is to download and install Java. Okay, and just unzip that file I posted for centrality metrics, and then you'll get a folder, and then just go to that folder. You can save the contents of this folder anywhere you want, but make sure everything you put inside a folder like this, and then just go to that folder and run the jar file. Double click on the executable jar file. Now You could save the graph text file, the adjacency list file anywhere you want. You don't have to save it inside this folder. You could do that if you want to keep track of things easily, but you could save this text file having the edge information wherever you want. Okay, and you have to make sure the cursor always stays in the last line of the text and doesn't go to the blank line, right? Okay, so this is the procedure you will follow to run several of the jar files I'll be posting in this course. So you'll apply the same procedure to run those jar files and get whatever result you want. Right, so I'll stop the video with this.